what we're essentially talking about here is how to swing that little bit slower whilst hitting the ball that little bit further. The fact is, most golfers don't actually know how to produce power. Oh, just nice smooth 8-iron. 180 yards. It's no big deal. Actually, it is a big deal. That's great. It's tempting to try and control everything with the upper body, using the big muscles of the upper body to try and produce power, often leading to a movement like this down towards the ball. However, most power is produced by using the lower body, by drawing power upwards from the earth. But more on that to come. So as mentioned, many golfers will try and make this movement from the top, very fast, and usually getting the club in an over-the-top steep position. That type of movement usually disconnects the upper body from the natural chain of events that needs to happen to actually produce a good, controllable amount of power. And it's just, everything needs to change and adapt around that first movement. To produce the most consistent amount of power, it's better to allow the arms to fall. Not to go here, but to just drop. The reason for this is that we need to allow the power to be produced naturally from the ground up. Talking about moving from the ground up, we have successfully grown this Swing Quest channel to almost 80,000 subscribers. So if you haven't done already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and become part of the Swing Quest community, dedicated to improving golfers around the world. So rather than this, the key movement is here in the lower half, pulling energy from the Earth's molten core. To maintain power but also increase it, we can actually sync these movements up of dropping the arms and then using ground force. So we know as coaches that pressing down in this manner will allow power to be drawn upwards. Just imagine that first movement in the downswing was that press into that lead foot and then just allowing these arms to fall. In most instances, golfers, especially those with a background in other sports, will naturally begin to turn and rotate to bring the club back to impact. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is how to get that press and that drop. Now I've got an 8-iron here, but you can get the feeling of what this will be like with pretty much every single club. And it's just syncing up these two movements. So it's turning to the top of the backswing, get a nice full rotation away from the ball, and then it's just allowing the press and the drop. And they can happen at the same time. So it's that turn, press into the lead foot, allowing those arms to drop. Press and then drop in this motion here. Now remember, it's very, very rare that a golfer would press into that lead foot, allow the arms to drop, and then continue downwards. The natural reaction here is to press and then begin that rotation. And you'll really notice here that the start of my downswing and the start of everyone who has that smooth controlled power through the point of impact, it's not rushed. You can take your time. You're not going to apply force from here, which is going to be effective. You can allow yourself that time to get into this position, and then from here, the natural power of that sequence will take over. So if you've enjoyed that video, make sure you drop a like, but to continue your swing quest and improve your iron strikes further, check out these videos.